Hey, what's going on, everyone? My name is Ibrahim from HayekStudios.com, and today we're going to be going over the things you should never, ever do during your ceremony unless you want terrible photos. Let's dive into it. First things first, when the ceremony begins, do not come sprinting down the aisle. Take your time. I know you're probably nervous, you're probably anxious, maybe you're shy. There's so many eyes looking at you. But when you're coming down, relax, take a deep breath, and just walk at a nice slow pace. Try to live in the moment. Don't want to get this moment over with. It's one of the most special moments of your entire wedding day. Take your time, take a deep breath. I've seen some couples, when the bride walks down the aisle, do a two-step with her father or somebody special for her. Whoever's walking down the aisle. Essentially, the way that looks like is you take 1-2 steps, you pause. Take 1-2 steps and you pause. This helps us as photographers and videographers to capture the moment for you, and for even everybody else around you, all your guests, to see all of the preparation you've put into this, all of the build-up and the suspense. Again, I know you're probably nervous and you're anxious and you want to get it over with, but take your time, enjoy the moment, and have fun with it. Now, when you're finally walking down the aisle, please don't look at your toes or don't stare at the ground. So many times I've warned my bridal party and my families as they walk down the aisle to look up, and they forget. And then it makes it so much harder for us as the photographers and videographers to capture those special moments with them looking up, because most of the time they're like this, they're looking down, and most of the pictures could turn out that way. So don't forget to look up. I know you're probably nervous and you're shy and you have all these eyes looking at you and all the attention is on you at the moment as you walk down the aisle. Well, look up, force yourself. These are your family and your friends. They all want to see you. They're happy to see you. They're here to celebrate with you. So look up, even make eye contact with them. Smile, wave. The bigger the smile, the better. And it makes you feel better too. Again, I know you might be nervous and I know you might be shy and the spotlight and attention is on you, but look up, don't stare at your feet. Again, I don't want you to trip or fall. So if there's something, maybe a rug or something, of course, watch your step. But for the most part, look up, say hi to everybody, give a big smile, and you'll look great. Okay, you finally made it down the aisle and now the ceremony has begun. Another key moment where couples tend to look down is when they're reading their vows. So if you don't have it memorized, you'll most likely be reading your vows off a piece of paper or a little booklet. A lot of times, the couples will spend most of their time staring at that paper, and they'll rarely look up to look at their partner. It's really important from a photography and videography perspective to always look up every now and then. Say a few words and look up. It might help to practice reading, maybe the day before or a week before as you write your vows. This will help you get used to reading it and looking up. It's important for the pictures and it's important for engaging with your bride or groom so they can really feel what you're reading off the paper and feel those emotions. So if you're looking down the whole time, it feels kind of empty and you're just kind of like reading and you're just flying right through it. Again, I know nerves are a huge factor when it comes to the ceremony, but try to relax and maybe practice ahead of time. Again, you'll probably be doing this throughout your whole day, but if you envision that nobody else is there and it's just you talking to your partner, it'll make it a lot more easier. And again, when you're reading, read a few words, look up, look at your partner, look at the crowd, engage with everybody, show your emotion when you're reading it, and it should come out beautifully. One of my favorite moments during the ceremony is actually the ring exchange. I just love capturing that shot from very far away and you just get the details of the rings going across the finger. One thing you should never do is hide your hands from us. We want to see the rings. We want to see it going in your finger. Especially as a photographer, it's really important for me to capture that moment for you. So here is what not to do when you're exchanging rings. And I'll even show you myself. So when you're exchanging rings, don't put the ring on so fast and throw your hands back to your waists. That's like, it makes it really hard for us to enjoy that moment as your guests and as photographers. But at the same time, it's very hard to capture it as well in the pictures. So last thing I want to do is try to fake a moment and come back to you like, hey, can you guys do the ring exchange again? It doesn't feel the same when you look at your pictures many years down the line. So what you can do is the first thing is take your time. When you're putting on the ring, go nice and slow. And once it's on, hold that for a second. Stare at each other, look into each other's eyes. And at this moment, you're probably saying your I do's. So enjoy that moment a little bit longer, hold it for a little bit and take your time with it. Another thing is, when you are putting on the ring, don't hide the ring with your other hand. So if you're the person putting on the ring, don't hide it, don't go like this. And if the ring is being placed on you, don't turn your wrist so that we can't even see it. So the way you should do it is, take the top of your hand and actually tilt it a little towards your guests and myself. Usually I situate myself right in front of the altar. And this way, when the ring comes on, we can see it happen. And again, once the ring is on, hold that position for a little bit. You know, enjoy that moment, live in it a little bit longer than you'd normally do if you were to speed through it. And that's it. That way we can capture the moment for you. It'll feel a little nicer as well. And then we're able to get that shot and everybody can enjoy that moment with you guys. Last but not least is your first kiss. This is what pretty much seals the deal. The ceremony is pretty much over from there, besides exiting, of course. And it's like the most celebrated moment of your wedding day. And this is what you don't do during your first kiss. Don't look at each other and give yourself a quick peck and then run away. You don't want to do that. Take your time with the kiss, okay? Take it slow, hold it for a few seconds. This allows everybody to gain the momentum, to cheer for you, to celebrate in the moment. And this allows us as photographers and videographers to capture that moment again for you guys. And even so, once you do your first kiss, turn around, celebrate with everybody. At this point, everybody's probably screaming and cheering, woo! And again, if you feel so, turn around and give another kiss. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. You know, we're here to celebrate you guys. So even if you do it twice, even better. And then you come running down the aisle, and then we might even stop you because we're backpedaling away from you guys. As you guys come down the aisle to exit, we might even stop you for a third kiss, or this might be your second kiss, and even a dip or a nice movement to celebrate again with everybody and get you in the crowd as well. So again, don't make it real quick. Don't just give a quick peck and then start running away. I know there might be still a little bit of nerves left, but take your time, just like everything else. Hold that kiss for a little bit longer than you think you need to. And then again, if you feel it, give another kiss and then make your exit. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope now you know what you shouldn't do during your ceremony, as well as what you should do, of course. If you have any questions whatsoever, feel free to comment down below. I'll be reading everybody's comments, or hit me up on Instagram at hayekstudios.com. Everything I went over and all my contact information will be in the description below. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. I'm looking forward to talking to you. Take care.